Welcome to our class today, Namaste. When you're ready, allow yourself to find a comfortable supine position for our Shavasana, our constructive rest pose. Keep layers on with socks. Then have a blanket to cover the body, something to support the back of the head. An eye pillow for the eyes if you have one. Take a moment just to release the whole back body to the earth. Arranging the whole length of the legs, the ankles and the feet comfortably. Shoulders and the arms. And start to scan the body slowly. Just starting with your toes and your feet. Allowing your feet to relax. Feel the feet becoming heavy on the floor. And then allow awareness to rise up to your ankles and your calves and shins. Just feel them mounting down into the earth. No effort is needed here. Sensing space around the knee joints. Move slowly higher, relax your thighs. Feel them becoming warm. They feel heavy and soft. Just notice the buttocks, the hips and groin relaxing. They too become soft and warm. Now allow awareness to come to your tailbone. Just sensing your sacrum and your lower back muscles release down into the floor. Feeling your lower back and your stomach relaxing. And then allowing this sensation to rise up the spine. Feeling each of your vertebrae, the space between them and their alignment. Allow your upper back muscles and shoulder blades to sink down into the earth. Relaxing your chest and all the muscles between your ribs. Going now to your shoulders. Where we carry so much tension in our bodies, see if you can let your shoulders release completely. Just spending an extra moment here and really soften. Feeling the weight of the shoulders sink into the earth. Allowing the sensation of softness to flow down your arms. Relaxing your upper arms, elbows and forearms. And then sensing the space in your wrist joint. Feeling the space around each of your fingers and then the energy in the palms of your hands. Bring awareness to your neck and throat, releasing all tension there. Relaxing your jaw, your lips and tongue. Relaxing your cheeks and eyes. All the muscles around the eyes and then the muscles deep in your eye sockets. Relaxing your forehead and scalp. Allowing the back of your head to rest heavily on the floor. Just releasing your breath totally. Let the breath be what it wants to be. And then notice the breath. Become aware of short pauses between each of your breaths. Continuing to relax your mind. Observing that the moment between each of your breaths is the moment between your thoughts. Just enjoying those moments of complete silence and peace. Feeling this sense of peace growing deeper. Let this feeling of peace fill you. Let it fill the space around you. Let peace fill the room and beyond, touching everyone and everything. Slowly, carefully in the next breath or two. If the knees aren't already bent, just bend the knees, place the soles of the feet onto the floor. When you're ready, we're going to start to draw the knees up over the chest into a self-embrace. Interlacing the fingers around the knees, around the shins, and as you guide the thighs in towards the chest a little bit more, maybe just have this moment of complete silence and peace and stillness here. Or maybe keeping the silence and the peace. You might just want to gently rock from side to side. Maybe just allowing yourself to carefully, slowly blink the eyes open. Or still keep the eyes closed. It's entirely up to you. Just enjoying that sense of movement now we're bringing into the body if you're rocking from side to side. Or if you're still, that lovely stretch through the lumbar spine, just getting a squeeze and some compression into the belly, into the front of the hips. If you're rocking from side to side, bring the knees back to centre, separate the fingers and hands, and cup the kneecaps with the palms of your hands, right hand on right knee, left hand on top of left knee. Fingers pointing down towards the toes, and start to circle each knee out to the side, drawing back to centre. Just enjoying starting to wake up through those core abdominal muscles, the pelvic floor muscles. Getting a nice massage into the lower back, particularly around the kidneys. Stretching out through the front body, the tummy, into the hips. Make the circles as wide as feels comfortable today. Try and keep the movement slow, not rushing. Changing direction when you're ready. Bringing the knees back to centre. Releasing the hands, the fingers from the kneecaps. Start to stretch out through the arms, fingertips towards the sky as you start to straighten your legs. Fingertips, feet and soles of the feet towards the sky. So you've got the arms outstretched, fingertips towards the sky, feet and toes towards the sky. From here we're just going to draw circles through the ankles, through the wrists, moving the fingers, moving the toes. Don't be alarmed if there's any noises that we can hear from the bones of the feet or the wrists of the hands. We're just warming and moving things up before our practice. Changing direction when you're ready. Slowly circling. Stopping the circling of the ankles and the feet. The wrists and the hands. When you're ready, release the knees. Release the soles of the feet down onto the mat. Release the arms and the hands. Arms and hands stretched out alongside the body, releasing the shoulder blades into the floor. Take a moment here to adjust the back body comfortably on the earth. Make sure that you feel nice and symmetrical. Looking after the neck, just tuck the chin slightly down towards the chest. Keeping the neck safe, but also that lovely length through the spine, up through the neck, up through the crown of the head. The feet are hip width apart, heels in line with the knees. The breath is nice and slow. We've got space between the back teeth, softening the features of the face, releasing the tongue into the base of the mouth. We're going to come into a lovely spread the needle pose involving our legs, also known as a figure of four. So keep the sole of the left foot where it is. When you're ready, pick up the right foot, cross that right ankle on top of your left thigh. Right toes pointing up towards the sky. So you're making a figure of four through your legs here. And using the muscular strength in that right leg, you can just start to push that right knee away slightly. Or raise your right arm and place your right hand on the inside right knee crease just to guide that right knee away. And removing the hand when you're ready, keeping the right hand there. Feeling that super stretch into the outer right thigh. And the IT band where the sciatic nerve runs. Feeling that into the top of the glute max on the right side. From here we're going to come into our supine pigeon pose. Keep that right foot where it is, right ankle. When you're ready, start to pick the left foot off the floor. Start to push and guide that left thigh towards you. As you do that, that brings the right leg with it. We're going to see if we can start to extend through that left leg as we link the hands behind the left thigh, creating a little cradle for that left thigh to nestle into, extending through that left leg as much as you can. If the hamstring's super tight, keep a micro bend through that left knee. Sole of that left foot pushing up towards the sky. And we're releasing the shoulder blades into the earth. Just stretching out through the legs a little bit more, through the hips. Inhale here. As we exhale, take a bend in the left knee. Release the sole of the left foot onto the floor as you unlink the hands. Releasing all the way back down through the left foot, and when you're ready, uncrossing the right. I'm going to try and do that on the opposite side. So starting with a nice symmetrical back body on the earth. Still looking after the neck, still tucking the chin down towards the chest. Keep the right foot where it is. When you're ready, let's make a figure of four as you lift the left foot up, crossing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Toes on the left foot pointing up towards the sky, and then using the strength in that left leg. Start to guide that left knee away, or raise your left hand, placing the left hand on the inner left knee crease, just guiding that knee away, releasing the left hand when you're ready. Sense of not tightened and tensed up around the shoulders, the neck and the jaw. The shoulders are still nice and relaxed into the earth. The jaw is nice and soft. Feeling that super stretch into the outer left thigh, left IT band, into the left glute max. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to pick the right foot off the floor, drawing that right thigh in towards you. That brings the left leg with it. And then from here, we're going to see if we can start to extend through that right leg. Taking a micro bend through the right knee if you need to. And then we're going to reach and interlace the fingers to create that nice cradle for that right thigh to nestle into. Our supine pigeon pose. Pushing the sole of that right foot towards the sky. Shoulders relaxed and released. Inhale here as you exhale, take a bend in the right knee. Release the sole of that right foot down onto the floor, releasing the arms and the hands, and then uncrossing the left leg when you're ready. Releasing both soles of the feet back onto the floor. The arms are alongside the body, the neck is nice and safe. Carefully drawing the knees back over the chest one last time, hugging the knees in, taking a moment of stillness, silence and peace, or gently rocking from side to side. Bring the knees back to centre, raise your right arm up, keeping that right arm elevated, roll onto your right side into that lovely fetal position, keeping your head on that raised arm. And allowing yourself to take a little fuller inhale here. And a little fuller exhale. When you're ready, slowly, carefully bring awareness into your left fingers, your left hand. When you're ready, push down into that hand. Use that hand to steady yourself as you push all the way back up to seated. We're going to find our Sukhasana. Please reach for a rolled up blanket, a cushion from your sofa or a yoga block. Finding the best Sukhasana for you today. Have a yoga belt, or an old tie close by. And just take a moment to have a little shimmy around with your sitting bones on top of whatever you're sitting on to make sure that you feel happy through your sitting bones, your pelvic floor there. The sitting bones feel nice and neutral and even on top of whatever you're sitting on. Just release the hands on top of the thighs. If you prefer to take your Sukhasana today with your legs extended out in front, you can also do that. Check the hamstrings don't feel too tight. If they do, just roll up a blanket to prop the back of the thighs. And try and keep engagement through the legs if the legs are extended out in front. So we're feeling comfortable through our sitting bones, the pelvic floor, through the thighs, the legs across, the ankles and the feet. Releasing the hands onto the thighs. Start to sense the spine lengthening, finding that space between each of the vertebrae, around the ribs, creating space around all the vital organs, the heart, the lungs. The shoulders are relaxed and released. Space around the chest as the collarbones float up towards the sky, lengthening through the whole neck. Length of the neck there up through the crown of the head. And just bring some awareness inwards, just for a moment to sense the whereabouts of your breath today. Maybe sensing the breath deeper in the body, maybe around the belly button. Or maybe the breath is a little bit higher up in the body. Maybe up around the collarbones, the neck. There's no right or wrong, this is your whereabouts of your breath today. Just giving yourself some time here just to sense breath in the body. The next time you inhale, see if you can just gradually lengthen and deepen the breath to 3 counts on the way in. And then 3 counts on the way out. Continue to do that. Keeping soft around the shoulders. Keeping soft around the neck, around the jaw. Keeping some space between the back teeth. So just softening the tongue. Keeping the eyes closed. Just a moment, a fraction longer. your neck slightly longer. Exhale. Just allow the normal breath to come back into the body. Easy in, easy out. As it does that, observing whether anything has shifted or changed for you. Maybe something has ever so slightly. Maybe nothing has. Just observe what's going on. And the lovely length through the back of the neck there. Just tuck the chin down towards the chest. And then very gradually, very slowly, we can start to blink the eyes open. And look down towards our mat. Or towards the top of our legs. Just blinking the eyes open, allowing some light to start to trickle back. Blink in. When you're ready, raising your gaze back towards me. Changing the cross of your legs if ankles and feet are starting to go to sleep. Or maybe you prefer to come into your Sukhasana now with your legs extended out in front. Make sure the sitting bones are nice and happy and that lovely length is through the spine. Release the hands from the thighs. Let's start just to roll the shoulders backwards. Taking the shoulders up towards the ears and sinking down the back. So if there's tension and tightness around the shoulders, which we know there tends to be, this can feel quite sore. So just breathe into this movement with the shoulders. Just trying to mobilise the area in the upper back body. Try to ease and iron out any tension there. And then when you're ready, take the circles the other way. Bring the shoulders forwards. Maybe it's starting to feel a little bit looser now, or maybe it's still feeling as tight as when we started. Just bring your movement into that area. Can feel quite sore sometimes. Lovely. When you're ready, releasing the arms and the hands. From here, if the legs aren't already outstretched in front of you, stretch the legs out in front and just readjust the sitting bones on top of the block. Keep engagement through the feet, toes towards the sky. And we're going to just reach for our belt or whatever we've got as something to use as a belt. Just open the belt and rest it across the top of your thighs. We're going to bend up the right knee and take that right knee out to the side as we push the sole of that right foot into the inner left thigh. So you really need to check how this right hip is feeling. If you think you're going to need some height just to release that right thigh into, take a right knee into, take a blanket, a cushion or something just to release totally through that hip and that leg so you're feeling totally comfortable through that right leg. Pushing the sole of that right foot into the inner left thigh. The left leg's nice and engaged, toes towards the sky. We're going to loop the belt around the sole of that left foot. And we're going to give ourselves a moment just to get used to how this belt feels. We're going to have the belt equal in both hands. And as we draw the hands towards us, it helps us to release and relax through the shoulders a little bit more. So we can bring the elbows in towards the side of the body. Sometimes we tend to sit here with our elbows out to the side. So just observe what's going on with the hands and the arms and the shoulders. Slide the hands up the belt to bring the elbows in towards the body. Check, we've got that lovely length through the spine. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine, and as we exhale, we're going to walk the hands down the belt as you draw the tummy towards the top of the thighs. We're going to look past the left big toes. So a nice straight spine, stretching out through that right hip and the back of the left leg. Maybe the hands will reach around the left foot, but not if we're going to arch around the spine. I would prefer us to be more upright than arched. So breathe in here. Inhale, as you exhale, start to slide the hands back up the belt, facilitating this back up to centre with the spine and the torso. Bringing the hands all the way back up, releasing the belt when you're ready. Carefully Bring that right knee back to centre, right leg back to centre. We're going to swap the legs round. So extend through the right leg. Bend up your left leg, left knee, sinking that left knee out to the side as you draw the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Take whatever you needed. If you needed to prop that right knee up, over to the other side to prop now this left knee, left thigh, making sure that you feel totally comfortable through that left hip, left leg. Start to loop the belt around the ball of the right foot. So we've got some padding underneath that left knee, left thigh. Feeling comfortable here through the sitting bones. Take a moment to arrange the belt comfortably in both hands, sliding the belt back up towards you to bring the elbows in. Got a nice length through the spine, the shoulder blades relaxing. We've got that right leg engaged, toes pointing upwards. Inhale here, lengthen. As you exhale, start to guide the tummy in towards the top of that right thigh as you walk the hands down the belt, looking past the right big toes. Nice straight spine. Breathe in. Maybe the hands will reach sole of the right foot around the right big toes. Maybe they won't. What we're trying to do here is get that super stretch through the back of the right leg, the stretch into the left hip. Inhale here. As you exhale, slide the hands back up the belt to facilitate the spine coming all the way back. Slowly, carefully coming all the way up. Well done. Really, really good. Releasing the belt. Bend up both knees. Place the soles of the feet onto the floor. Got a nice length through the spine. And then we can just take the hands behind whatever we're sitting on. So the fingertips come towards the lower back. So we'll open the chest a little bit. Draw the shoulder blades down. Inhale here. As we exhale, sink both the knees on top of one another over to the left. Just helps to stretch out the legs. Inhale, carefully bring both legs back to centre, and as you exhale, sink both knees on top of one another over to the right. Inhale, bring both knees back to centre, and as you exhale, come onto fingertips, walk the hands forwards, and we're going to come into seated child's pose. So release the forehead onto the back of the forearms, which are just crossed on top of the knees. Lower your head, stretch out through the back body. Inhale here. As you exhale, slowly, carefully, start to lift your forehead off the back of the arms, coming all the way back up. Releasing arms and hands, coming off of your cushion, your yoga block. We're going to get ready to come into half side plank, Ardha Vashisthasana. So we want to come into a tabletop position. We're going to remove socks unless we've got our special yoga sticky socks on. And have some padding for the knees if you know that you're going to need it. And we're going to come into our tabletop position towards the top of our mat. So I don't know if you remember this from class. We're going to use the lower part of one of our legs and our feet on either side to act as a prop, and then we push the other leg back. It's really important that both, well, one foot is remaining on the mat. That's going to keep us balanced and stable as we dig that foot into the mat. And then the other leg acts as a tripod. So let's find our tabletop position. Just giving the hands, the wrists and fingers the best chance. Spreading the fingers apart, wrists directly underneath the shoulders. The knees are hip width apart there on a blanket if you need to. We've got lovely length through the spine. Nice space and length down each side of the neck. We're going to push the earth away. And then from here, keeping the left knee on the blanket, you're just going to take the left foot out to the side. So the top of the left foot is off your mat and onto the floor beside you. Keeping that knee there, we're going to push the and right foot all the way back. So just check that right foot remains on the mat. If it doesn't, just move yourself up the mat slightly because we need to keep safe. We need that right foot to be in contact with the mat. We're going to rotate round on the ball of that right foot and then push the whole flatness of that right foot into the floor, lifting that right inner arch. And then bring our attention back. Make sure we're not all the way down towards that right foot. Bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Check you're stable through that right foot. The left knee feels comfortable. The left wrist feels comfortable. And then we're going to take the weight into the left hand as we rotate all the way round. We'll take the right arm up, gaze up to the right hand and push the hips forward. Ardha Vashisthasana, your half side plank. A great pose for building that strength and flexibility in the body. Really using that core strength to keep us grounded and stable here. If this isn't enough, stay here. If you want to take a bind, start to raise that right leg. Take a bend in the right knee. Release the hand to find the hand around the top of that right foot. And pull into that foot. Taking that bind there. Breathing. Feeling that super stretch through the front of that right quad. Front of the right hip. Stretching through the glutes, the lower back. All around the tummy. Releasing, when you're ready, releasing that right foot down into the earth. Raise that right hand up. Inhale here. As you exhale, release that right hand down. Slowly, carefully bring that left foot round. Take a bend in the right knee. Bring that right knee back down onto the blanket. Take a moment here in child's pose if you need to. Sink the hips down towards the heels. Bring some movement back into the wrists, the hands and the fingers. Making your way back into tabletop position for our last side. Looking after wrists, hands and fingers as best you can, spreading the fingers apart, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees and hip width apart. You positioned yourself towards the top of your mat still. When you're ready, take the right foot out to the side. So the right knee is on the blanket. You've just taken that right foot out to act as your tripod. And you're going to push that left foot back. You're going to rotate round on the ball of that left foot to then push the whole of that left foot into the earth. Raise the inner left arch to have that nice engagement through that left leg. And then stack your shoulders back over your wrists. Check that you feel grounded through that left knee, that left foot. The left foot is on the blanket. The right knee feels comfortable. You're comfortable then to take the weight into your right hand as you take the left arm up, goes up to your left hand. Push the hips forward and breathe. You can stay here, or you can take that bind as you raise that left leg. Take a bend in the left knee, and the left hand comes down to meet the top of that left foot. Taking that bind, feeling that lovely stretch through the front body, into the left hip, the front of the left quad, stretching, balancing, smiling if you can. Nice. Releasing slowly, carefully, release that left foot down. Take the left arm, left hand up. Keep pushing the hips forward. Inhale here. As you exhale, release that left hand down. Well done. Bring the right foot round. Take a bend in the left knee back onto the safety of your blanket. Sink down into your child's pose. Sink the hips down towards the heels. Mount the belly, the chest down, outstretch through the arms, bring movement back into the wrists, hands and fingers. Catch your breath. Inhale here as you exhale, slowly, carefully uncurl the spine. Come all the way up. We're going to remove everything from our mats, from our blankets. We're going to get ready to come into our downward facing dog. Back onto all fours. So Looking after wrists, hands and fingers. Once again, wrist directly underneath the shoulders. Knees are hip width apart. Push into the earth, create space around the shoulders. Got nice length through the spine. Nice space through the neck. Draw your navel in towards your spine, tuck your toes under. Shift the weight back and up into downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent and draw the ribs towards the thighs. Shoulders active, releasing the neck and the head. And walk the dog from here, stretching out through the backs of the legs. We're back into static downward facing dog when you're ready. We're going to take a three-legged dog if you wish. We can stay here and come down into child's pose if it's been too much for the wrist today. Shift the weight into the right foot, lift the left leg up. Breathe in here. Three-legged dog. If you want to open through the hips a little bit more, take a bend in the left knee and then push the left foot to the outside right hip. That's going to bring a slight rotation through the body, enabling you to look underneath the left arm. When you're ready, square the body back up, bring the hips back, release that left foot down onto the floor, walk the dog again from here. Take a break if you need to. Static downward facing dog, shift the weight to the left foot, reach the right leg up, three-legged dog. Stay in here if you want to. If you want to open the hips, balance that opening on the other side. Take a bend in the right knee, push that right foot to the outer left hip, enabling you to bring that rotation through the body and look at underneath the right arm. Breathe. Square the hips back up, square the body back up, release down into your static downward facing dog. Walk the dog for a moment. We're back into your static downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees, look towards your hands, taking as many steps. Walk feet towards hands, hands towards feet. Come into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Placing the hands wherever they feel the most comfortable. The floor, the front of the shins, around the back of the legs. Bend the knees if the back needs it. I want the crown of the head towards the floor, the chest towards the thighs. If you want to make a box shape where you take the hands to the inner elbows, please do so. You can gently rock from side to side. Breathe into the upper back body. If you're rocking from side to side, come back to centre, releasing the hands from the inner elbows to the front of the shins. Keeping the knees bent, looking after the lower back, and start to stack each vertebrae on top of one another. Fingers, hands and arms are heavy. Take care to slowly, carefully stack. All the way up, watching blood pressure, watching knees. I've just recovered from a very painful knee injury. So looking after our joints and our body is so important in our practice and always, everyday life. Relying on all that muscular strength, strengthen the core to come all the way back up. The last thing to come up will be your neck and your head. Then you're able to straighten through the legs, straighten through the knees. Coming into the middle of your mat, facing me, find a good Tadasana, feet hip width apart. Sensing the connection into the earth with the four corners of the feet. Draw that Pada Bandha energy up through the legs. The kneecaps are lifted, thighs are firm, pelvis neutral, spine lengthening. The shoulders are sinking down the back. We've got nice space between our shoulders and our ears. The crown of the head up towards the sky. Going to raise up the arms. We're going to interlace the fingers and push the palms of the hands towards the sky. And just take the width of your feet a little bit wider. I'm going to draw those lovely 4 body circles. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale here, and we're going to release down, exhale. Coming all the way back up. Let's do a few more of those, slowly, carefully. Inhale, exhale. A couple more. And our last one. Lovely. Coming back to centre, change the fingers around if you need to. Keep pushing up through the arms and the hands. Make sure you're comfortable through the soles of the feet. You've still got nice and engaged legs, even though we're taking this Tadasana stance a little bit wider. Let's rotate the other way when you're ready. Inhale, release, exhale. When you're ready, in your own time. And our last one. Coming back to centre. Slowly, carefully part the fingers and the hands, release all the way back down. Our half sun salutations. The sun is shining today. So feel grounded and comfortable through the feet. More in sensing that Pada Bandha energy coming up through the legs. Nice active legs. Feel comfortable through the whole body, the length of the spine, release the shoulders. When you're ready, inhale, take the arms all the way up. Gaze up between the hands if it's comfortable. As you exhale, coming into a back bend. Push into the feet, not too far. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale, widen the arms, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, just below the knees. Nice flat back, crown the head towards me. Exhale, slide the hands back down the shins. Inhale, swan dive the arms all the way up. Palms touching that Anjali Mudra. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart space. A few more. Inhale. Exhale, small back bend. Push into the feet. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale, widen the arms, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, flat back, crown the head towards me. Exhale, slide the hands back down. Inhale, swan dive the arms all the way up. Arms touch in Anjali Mudra. Exhale down to heart space. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, back to centre. Exhale, widen the arms, forward fold. Inhale, nice flat back. Slide the hands up the shins, just below the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swan dive the arms all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale down to Anjali Mudra. And our last one. Inhale. Exhale, small back bend. Watch the lower back. Inhale, back to centre. Exhale, widen the arms, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, flat back, crown the head towards me. Exhale, slide the hands back down, forward fold. Inhale, swan dive the arms all the way up, palms touch. Anjali Mudra. Exhale down to heart space. Taking a moment here. And the hands at heart space. Allow the breath to return. Sensing and feeling that flow of prana through the body. Maybe feeling it a little bit more in the fingertips. Maybe in the palms of the hands. Maybe through the shoulders. Maybe feeling it in the belly. Just observing where you can feel the flow of prana and energy. Release the hands, set the hands onto the hips, bend your knees, draw your lovely hip circles. And change direction when you're ready. Releasing the tummy, the hips, the lower back, the legs. Coming back to centre. Push down into the feet. Straighten the legs, release your arms and hands. Get ready for our final Shavasana, our final constructive rest pose. So searching out your layers and socks. Taking a moment to sink down into a comfortable Shavasana, your constructive rest position, surrendering the whole back body to the earth. Taking a blanket to cover the body, tuck the toes in, release your arms and hands. Allow the shoulder blades to relax. Starting to release around the features of the face. Releasing the scalp. Forehead and the eyebrows. Starting to release around the eyes. Muscles around the eyes. And deep in the eye sockets. Releasing the cheekbones. Releasing the jaw, just creating some space around the back teeth. Softening the tongue into the base of the mouth. The integration of our practice here today, mind, body, and spirit. I shift and lean and pitch ahead to balance, these tips to toes, and breathe in flight for 1, 2, 3, before looking back and settling, spread from behind to ahead, arriving in all that could be, and I breathe. Carefully and very slowly allow awareness to come back into the room, to come back on to your body resting on the earth. Bring in some small movements into your hands and fingers, feet and toes. Moving around, circling around through the ankles and the wrists and fingers and toes. And if it feels okay, start to take the arms up, coming into a lovely full body stretch. Take the arms overhead and just breathe into that full body stretch through your fingers, from your fingers down through the whole length of your body into your legs, feet and toes. Releasing the arms. Take a bend in the knees. Draw the knees up over the chest into a lovely self-embrace. Hugging the knees in. And if you wish, gently rocking from side to side. The knees come back to centre. Raise your right arm up. Keeping that right arm elevated, just roll onto your right side into that lovely fetal position. Resting your head on that raised arm. Allowing yourself to take a little fuller inhale here. And a little fuller exhale. Carefully, slowly and certainly, in your own time, bring awareness into your left fingers, into your left hand. When you're ready, push down into that hand. Use that hand to steady yourself as you come, push and come all the way back up to seated. Find a comfortable seated position. Have the legs crossed or legs extended all the way out in front. Take a rolled up blanket, a cushion from your sofa or a yoga block. Releasing the hands onto the thighs, allowing the spine to lengthen. The shoulders are relaxed, shoulder blades sink down the back. Crown the head up towards the sky. I'd like to invite you to join in with me to chant one Om, only if you wish. Taking a nice deep breath in. Thank you so much for your support and joining me in your practice today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you.